Tonight, breaking news around the world. Le Mans Week takes center stage in global motorsports. Denny Hamlin wins again at Michigan. Christopher Bell cleared to race despite fractured wrist. And sadly, NASCAR mourns the loss of Ned Jarrett. And as always, our race preview for the PFL, PARE, and Nova. Hello everybody and welcome back to VBS Evening News. The eyes of the motorsports world are turning toward France, where teams and drivers are preparing for one of the most prestigious and demanding events in all of racing. A part of the Triple Crown of Racing, the 24 Hours of Le Mans returns this weekend, bringing together manufacturers, drivers, and racing legends from around the globe for a race that has defined endurance motorsport for more than a century. Unlike traditional races that last just a few hours, Le Mans challenges teams to compete continuously for an entire day and night, testing not only speed but reliability, strategy, and endurance. This year's event is being hailed by many observers as one of the most competitive in recent memory. The hypercar category features an exceptionally deep field of manufacturers and teams, with numerous contenders entering race week believing they have a realistic shot at victory. Preparations have already begun at the legendary Circuit de la Sarthe, where practice sessions are giving teams their first opportunity to evaluate performance ahead of qualifying and the race itself. Early sessions have shown just how close the competition may be, with manufacturers battling for every fraction of a second. The event also serves as a showcase for the international nature of modern motorsport. Drivers from Formula One backgrounds, sports car racing veterans, and rising stars all converge on Le Mans in pursuit of one of racing's most coveted achievements. For many competitors, winning Le Mans would be the defining accomplishment of their careers. The race's history, prestige, and unique challenges have made it one of the most respected victories in all of the sports. The 94th running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans is scheduled for this weekend, June 12th to the 14th, and millions of fans around the world are expected to follow every movement and moment of every car, everything of the endurance racing classic. Now tonight in NASCAR, Denny Hamlin continues to prove why he remains one of the sport's biggest championship threats. The veteran driver captured another major victory at Michigan International Speedway, earning his third win of the season and extending his momentum as the NASCAR Cup Series heads towards the crucial summer stretch of the schedule. The victory did not come easy. Michigan's high-speed 2-mile oval produced intense racing throughout the afternoon, with teams battling changing track conditions, fuel strategy concerns, and late race pressure. But when it mattered most, Hamlin and the number 11 team executed flawlessly, putting themselves in position to capitalize during the closing laps. The win adds valuable playoff points, now it's called the chase, and further strengthens Hamlin's standing among the championship favorites. With Pocono Raceway next on the schedule, teams will now shift their focus to another challenging venue, where every point could prove critical in the race for the championship. The NASCAR Cup Series does return its action this weekend to Pocono Raceway, as Hamlin looks to continue his impressive run toward another title championship opportunity. One of NASCAR's top championship contenders is preparing to return to competition following a very concerning injury announcement earlier this week. Christopher Bell has been medically cleared to race despite suffering a fractured wrist, according to officials from Joe Gibbs Racing. The injury raised immediate concerns throughout the NASCAR community, with many wondering whether Bell would be able to even race. It may even force him to miss valuable races during a critical portion of the season. Instead, though, team officials say Bell has successfully completed the necessary medical evaluations and will remain behind the wheel as competition resumes. Bell has emerged as one of the strongest drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series this season, consistently challenging for victories and positioning himself as a serious championship contender. Medical personnel and team staff will continue monitoring his condition throughout the race weekend, but Bell's determination to compete highlights the intense commitment required at the highest levels of motorsports. The injury also serves as a reminder of the physical demands placed on drivers. Fans and teams alike will be watching closely this weekend to see how Bell performs as he returns to competition while managing his injury. Now, some unfortunate news. The NASCAR community is mourning the loss of one of its most influential figures. Two time NASCAR Cup Series champion and Hall of Famer broadcaster Ned Jarrett has passed away at the age of 93, leaving behind a legacy that helped shape generations of stock car racing. Known for both his success behind the wheel and his decades of work in the broadcast booth, Jarrett became one of the sport's most respected ambassadors. His driving career included multiple championships and numerous victories during NASCAR's formative years. But many fans came to know Jarrett through his voice, which became synonymous with some of the sport's most memorable moments on television. Tributes have poured in from across the racing world. Drivers, team owners, broadcasters, and fans have shared stories celebrating Jarrett's professionalism, sportsmanship, and commitment to growing the sport. Industry leaders say his impact extended far beyond statistics and trophies. Through his work as a commentator and mentor, Jarrett helped explain NASCAR to millions of viewers while serving as a role model for future generations. His influence can still be seen throughout the garage today, where many current competitors credit pioneers like Jarrett for helping establish the foundation of modern stock car racing. Ned Jarrett's contributions to NASCAR span more than 7 decades, and his legacy will continue to be remembered by racing fans around the world. Now for our race preview, the Pulse Formula League returns to one of motorsport's most historic venues as the championship heads to France for the PFL French Grand Prix at the legendary Magny-Cours circuit. Once home to Formula One's French Grand Prix, Magny-Cours is regarded as one of the most technical racing circuits in Europe, featuring a demanding mix of high-speed sweepers, heavy braking zones, and challenging chicanes. The 4.4-kilometer circuit hosted Formula One from 1991 through 2008 and remains a favorite among drivers for its complexity and rhythm. As the championship battle intensifies, teams arrive in France knowing that Magny-Cours often rewards precision more than outright speed. The circuit's famous Adelaide hairpin presents one of the best overtaking opportunities on the lap, while corners such as Estoril and the Grande Courbe demand absolute commitment from drivers searching for every tenth of a second. The combination creates a venue where one mistake can immediately cost positions. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that this is the first visit to France this season. Several drivers have publicly expressed confidence heading into the weekend, while others know they cannot afford to lose ground as the championship enters a critical stage. Weather conditions could also become a factor, although light rain, if any, is expected at Magny-Cours. The Pulse Formula League PFL French Grand Prix takes place this weekend from the Magny-Cours circuit in France, where one driver will leave there with momentum and perhaps a crucial advantage in the championship battle. Another highly anticipated weekend is for the PARE. For the second time this year, the championship will stage its annual Mystery Grand Prix, with neither fans nor teams knowing the venue until race weekend officially begins. The Mystery Grand Prix has quickly become one of the PARE's signature events, introducing an element rarely seen in modern motorsport: uncertainty. Unlike traditional race weekends where teams spend weeks analyzing data and preparing setups, competitors will have limited time to adapt once the location is revealed. The format places an enormous emphasis on driver skill, adaptability, and engineering flexibility. Teams with extensive simulation programs may gain an advantage, but ultimately every organization will face the same challenge, learning an unfamiliar track under immense pressure. Speculation has dominated the paddock throughout the week. Some believe the championship could return to a historic venue from motorsport's past. Others suggest a modern international circuit that has never been hosted for a PARE event. A few insiders have even hinted that the mystery location could be entirely outside the regions traditionally visited by series. For championship contenders, the Mystery Grand Prix presents both opportunity and danger. A strong performance could dramatically alter the title race, while a difficult weekend could erase months of progress. The venue remains classified for now, but one thing is certain: when the mystery is finally revealed, the entire motorsport world will be watching. Yeah, totally. And finally, the Nova Cup Series heads to the American Midwest this weekend for a short track showdown at Iowa Speedway. Known for producing close racing, frequent battles for position, and dramatic late race finishes, Iowa presents a unique challenge as teams continue their pursuit of the Nova Cup Championship. Unlike the larger speedways featured earlier in the season, Iowa Speedway places a premium on driver aggression and tire management. The relatively short circuit means traffic becomes a factor almost immediately, forcing competitors to navigate slower cars while simultaneously defending their own positions. Throughout the garage area, teams are emphasizing long run performance, while qualifying remains important. History has shown that races at Iowa are often decided during extended green flag runs when tire wear begins to affect handling. Championship contenders know that races like Iowa can have an outsized impact on the standings. Strong performances often generate momentum heading into the heart of the summer schedule, while disappointing finishes can place additional pressure on teams in the weeks ahead. Fans can expect intense side by side racing, strategic pit decisions, and the possibility of late race drama. As drivers battle for one of the season's most coveted victories, the Nova Cup Series takes the green flag this weekend at Iowa Speedway, where short track intensity and championship ambitions are set to collide under the lights. And that's our race preview. Thank you guys for joining us and watching VBS Evening News. Those are all your headlines for today. Good night.